Alright, so here we are on lesson 12, the last video you'll have for this topic. And this will be a quick one. We're actually going to skip a lot of the problems in this lesson. So, we're going to skip this page. Oops, it'll scroll. Skip this page, and we're going to skip the next page. So today we're actually only going to look at page 21. Alright, so this exercise says to complete the steps below to order the numbers. So part A says to separate the set of numbers into positive and negative values and 0 in the top cells below. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to circle all of my negative numbers, just so I have a visual and I can see those separately. Negative 1.5, negative 6.3, negative 4, and then negative 9 and a fourth. Alright, so our negative rational numbers, alright, we're just going to put these in the top here. So we have negative 4.5, negative 6, negative 1.5, negative 6.3, negative 4, and negative 9 and a fourth. Right? And for here the order does not matter, we're just trying to separate them. And I'm going to do my positive rational numbers here in orange. I'm going to underline them. And we're going to skip over 0. You'll see that 0 is in the middle of all these circles down here. So for positive rational numbers, I have 2.1, 0.25, 3.9, 2 and 3/4, and then 3.99. Okay, so now that I have them separated into positives and negatives, now I'm going to take all of their absolute values. So over here in the negative rational numbers, remember when we take the absolute value, that just means that all of these negative numbers are going to become positive. So a positive 4.5, positive 6, positive 1.5, positive 6.3, positive 4, and positive 9 and 1/4. And then when we do the absolute value of the positive rational numbers, these numbers would just stay the same. So 2.1, 0.25, 3.9, 2 and 3/4, and 3.99. Alright, so that was our first step, was to kind of group these numbers and take their absolute values. Now part C here says to order each subset of absolute values. So I'm going to take the absolute values from the negative circle first, and I'm going to put them in order from least to greatest. So if we're looking here, my smallest number would be 1.5. And then if I look again, it'd be 4. And then I have 4.5. And then I have 6, 6.3, and then finally 9 and 1/4. Alright, and then if I look over here at the positive numbers, my smallest positive I have would be 0.25, and then 2.1, 2 and 3/4, 3.9, because this would be 3.90, and then 3.99. Alright, so before we really look at those, we're going to do this bottom part first, where it says to order each subset of rational numbers. So I'm taking that top circle now. So if I'm going to order the rational numbers, the original negatives, I would have negative 9 and a fourth, negative 6.3, negative 6, negative 4.5, negative 4, and then negative 1.5. And then if I order the positive rational numbers, I would have 0.25, 2.1, 2 and 3/4, 3.9, and then 3.99. Alright, so then there's a few things here that we can look at. Alright, if we're looking between the boxes going up and down, so you'll see here on the right for the positive rationals, these values stay in the same order. But over here on the left for the negatives, their order changes. Alright, and then if we look at the top part where it says to order the absolute values, this doesn't really make sense when we have 0 in the middle here, because these numbers could be over here on the right hand side, but on the bottom, if we're just ordering the rational numbers, then they're definitely all in order. Alright, but that's all that we're going to do for the notes for this lesson, and we'll do just some more practice in class tomorrow. And if you have any questions, go ahead and bring those into class.